In this example, we need to solve the equation, the square root of the quantity 2x plus 7 minus 2 equals x. Well, what type of equation do we have here? Notice it has a square root in it. So this is a radical equation. And how many square roots are there? There's only one. So here are the steps for solving radical equations that involve just one square root. The first thing we need to do is isolate the square root. Well, looking at our example, is this square root isolated on the left? No, there's the minus 2 in the way. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is add 2 to both sides of the equation, because 2 minus 2 is 0, so the only thing left on the left-hand side is the square root of 2x plus 7. And what does that equal? I can't combine the terms on the right, so I'm just going to have x plus 2. So that is step 1. Step 2 says to square both sides of the equation in order to remove the radical. So I'm going to square the square root on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, please make sure you put the x plus 2 in parentheses because you're going to square that quantity. You're not going to square the x and the 2 individually. So on the left-hand side, what do you get when you square a square root? They undo each other, and so I just get left with 2x plus 7 equals x plus 2 all squared. There's two different ways of doing this. I'm going to show you both of them. The first one goes back to basics. What does x plus 2 all squared mean? It means x plus 2 times x plus 2. So I have two binomials multiplied together. How do we do that? By FOIL. So first, x times x is x squared. Outer, x times 2 is plus 2x. Inner, 2 times x is plus 2x. And last, 2 times 2 is 4. Notice you can add the middle two terms together. So we're going to get x squared. 2x plus 2x is 4x plus 4. So I need to put this over here on the right-hand side of my equation. So I have x squared plus 4x plus 4. Now the shorter method for squaring a binomial is to take the first term and square it. So you take x and square it and get x squared. The middle term comes from twice the product. So 2 times x times 2 is 4x. And the last term is the 2, the last term in the binomial, all squared. 2 squared is 4. It doesn't matter how you get these three terms as long as you get them. So you can use either method. So I have squared both sides of the equation to remove the radical. Now we need to simplify and solve the resulting equation. Well, what type of equation do we have here? Notice the highest degree on the x is a 2. It's quadratic. And how do we solve quadratic equations? We either want to factor or use the quadratic formula. But to do that, I need to have 0 on one side. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides, making sure you line up like terms. So 2x minus 2x is 0, 7 minus 7 is 0, so I get my 0 on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, I have x squared. 4x minus 2x is plus 2x, and 4 minus 7 is negative 3. So now I have my quadratic equation written in standard form. That means 0 on one side, all terms on the other in descending order. Hopefully these factors come to you quickly, but in case they don't, I'll just go through the systematic method for factoring a trinomial. So we always compare it to ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. In our case, what is a? The coefficient of the x squared term is 1. B is the coefficient of the x, it's 2. C is the constant term, it is -3. Multiply A times C. 1 times -3 is -3. So I need two numbers that multiply to -3, and they're going to add to B, which is +2. Since they're going to multiply to a negative, the signs are different, and if they add to a positive, the bigger one has to be the positive. So I'm going to take -1 times +3. They multiply to -3. What's -1 plus 3? Oh, great, it's 2. That's the number I'm looking for. Since A was equal to 1, it means these are my two factors. So I'm going to have x minus 1 times x plus 3. So I factored my trinomial. Two binomials multiplied together equals 0. Set each of them equal to 0. So I'm going to get x minus 1 equals 0. Add 1 to both sides, x equals 1. The second one, x plus 3 equals 0. Subtract 3 from both sides, you get x equals -3. So I have done step 3, but please don't forget, this isn't you can check if you feel like it. This is you must check for extraneous solutions. Since I'm running out of room, I'm going to put it on pause for a second. So first of all, let's check x equals 1. Plug it back into the original equation, that is this equation here, before I subtracted the 2 from both sides. So I'm going to have to put x equals 1 here and here. So I've got the square root of 2 times x is 1, plus 7, minus 2 should equal x, which is 1. So I have the square root of 2 plus 7 minus 2 should equal 1. 2 plus 7 is 9, so the square root of 9 minus 2, does it equal 1? Does 3 minus 2 equal 1? Does 1 equal 1? Yes. Therefore, this is a good solution. So I know I have at least one solution to my equation. Now let's check x equals -3. Plug it back into the original equation again. So I get the square root of 2 times -3 plus 7 minus 2. Does it equal x, which is -3? So this is the square root of -6 plus 7 minus 2. Does it equal -3? -6 plus 7 is 1, so I have the square root of 1 minus 2. Does it equal -3? Square root of 1 is 1. 1 minus 2, does it equal -3? Well, -1 does not equal -3. That is incorrect. Therefore, x equals -3 is an extraneous solution. So this problem just has one solution of x equals 1.